You welcome from Route 5, Union, South Carolina, Frank O'Hill. Frank? Frank, have a seat there. See if that fits you all right.
It does real good.
You're a pretty good size man.
You're a nice-looking man, too, Mr. Carson.
Thank you, Frank.
Yeah, thank you.
You just call me Johnny if you want to.
Well, my people taught me to call everybody older than I am Mister.
So you're dropping a few on me right off, huh? There's little Quail ammunition there. Oh, I'm just kidding. That's all right, Frank. Where's Route 5, but obviously it says here, Union, South Carolina. Where's Union, South Carolina?
It's kind of in the suburbs of Lockhart, South Carolina. You might it's in between.
That's a beautiful state, I understand, and I've never been to South Carolina.
Oh, yes, there's Allenburg and Kelton and Bentleytown.
Yeah?
A lot of pretty good-sized towns.
Yeah. You spent most of your life down there, have you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Born and raised right there, and I always knew where to go when I'm home, but around here, people move a lot faster than they do down home.
It's spread out. It doesn't...
They talk a lot faster than they do down at home.
We do, don't we? We tend to rush things.
Yes, sir. But if you don't have much to say, I guess it's all right to talk fast.
Well, you're probably right.
I'm sorry, boss man. I was talking about something. I was thinking about something else.
Okay, now they tell me you call yourself the manure man of South Carolina, and you make handmade artifacts from quail. Now, how did you first get interested in this?
Well, you remember back in the 70s?
Sure.
Gas really started going up.
Price of gasoline?
Gas went up, and a lot of things started going up out of that.
You betcha.
Now, after one season, I finished with my birds and hunting and all, and I had to fill my bins back up to start the next season. And the bill they sent me was for twice as much as the year before.
For your gas bill?
I thought they had made a mistake. So I called and said, no, this is right. The soybeans is doubled and this is doubled. And I said, oh, my goodness. And I had a huge feed bill, and I watched them birds in the pen, and their heads in the feed pan and dropping coming out the other end, and I said,
nature at work.
Looked like I said, I'll never be able to get my money out of that bird. He's going to eat more feed than he's worth. So maybe I could take the dropping and, do something with it and get it out. So
these were quail, were they?
Yes, they're quail birds.
Yeah.
So I thought it'd be a good idea to make some as a joke and sell them to some of my Yankee friends,
Yeah. Okay, tell you what we'll do, Frank. I have to do a commercial here.
Yes, sir.
We Yankees would probably go for that real quick. We'll do a commercial from one of our sponsors, then we'll come back and talk about this fascinating work of yours. Hi, if you just joined us, we're talking to Frank O'Hill from South Carolina. What's the O stand for, Frank?
Not anything, really.
Really?
What Mama said when I was born.
Oh, Hon says.
And then I have got a problem. And when I was born, the doctor, when he spanked me, I was slick. And I've been sliding a lot ever since. But he knocked me right out of his hand, and I hit that old red thing, tile, and that in my head.
That's what happened to it.
Yes, that's my problem. But
okay,
I said,
when
I hit the floor.
Yeah. Now, about these quail droppings, so you wanted to find something to do with them to make some money, so you made them up into kind of jewelry? Was that it? And
I thought, my Yankee friends, they'd sold me a bunch of crap a lot of times. I'd buy anything they had to sell.
So, can we show some of these items?
Yes,
because they're rather fascinating, and I'll just ask you about them, and I don't really understand how this works. Is this...
This year, Mr. Carson, is one of the largest droppings that a quail ever dropped. I'm sure
a Guinness dropping, huh? Yeah.
And her name was Sarah Bell, and she died soon after that.
Now this is the actual thing that came out of her feathered colon right here.
Spelled it. I mean, you know.
But and you put it inside of a.
Yes, sir.
Some kind of stone.
Right. It's plastic.
Right.
I thought it's great that a fella like you would let an old Southern country boy be on the show and sell such cheap manure.
No, that's all right.
You get such a high price, so I brought you the biggest one.
Well, that's very nice.
And here's a star, and I'm going to break the mold. That's a first limited edition, and it's just for you.
A limited edition?
And I'm going to break the molds when I get back to South Carolina. It's a big dropping for a big star.
Oh, that's very nice. Big dropping for a big star. I don't think I've ever been so moved, Frank. You'll excuse the expression there.
Don't cry, but I'm sincere.
You're kind of the Cartier of caca, aren't you? That's really nice.
I'm outstanding in my field.
Yes, you sure are. Now, this is a little pendant I suppose one could give a loved one, or?
Necklace, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How?
And this is for Miss Joanna. See, I thought a star's wife should have a star, too.
Isn't that nice? She'll treasure this.
I bet she will. And I have, I've got some rings here. This is an engagement ring. And this is a wedding band.
This is an actual wedding? You could use it for wedding ring.
Yeah, see.
I guess I'm a little old-fashioned. I don't know, scraping a wedding ring off a windshield is not exactly...
Yes, but if you think about it this way, the engagement of the wedding one, sooner or later, sometime, they're going to turn out to be a bunch of...
Right. Well, you have actually...
This way you hadn't lost a dime.
You'll never go out of business because you really have an unlimited supply. As long as the birds are, I guess, your enemy could probably be Quail pectate, if anything.
See, I used to sell hatching eggs from the quail.
You used to sell hatching eggs?
The eggs that they laid to hatch, but they only laid one egg a day, and I only got a dime for the egg.
Well, that's...
And they'll go to the bathroom about 40 times a day. And they get about $10. Yes, so if you push it. See, I chew the feed up some for me. Don't have to digest it so long. Get it free.
So they spend most of the day... most of the day is in a frenzy, I guess, for them. For a while, they were talking about as a source of fuel. I'm serious now. Dried droppings and so forth. It could be used when it's dried to be burned as fuel.
Yes.
Have you ever thought of that?
Well, if I believe there's more money in it like it is, because a ton of it will bring in $176 million.
Oh, wait a minute. A ton of quail droppings?
Yes, sir.
Well, how do you figure that? 176 million?
Well, I didn't, but those people at Clemson University got them computers and things, and those poultry specialists.
How would they bring in all that kind of money, Frank? What would you sell it for?
They take one dropping, and they keep adding droppings to it, and they weigh it up, and they make a pound out of it, and they make a ton out of it, and at $5 a dropping, it takes that many droppings multiplied by 5.
Well, who would pay you for that? I mean...
Well, who buys them, see? The people that buy them, when they've bought enough quail droppings, that number of quail droppings, it would amount to $88 million for me and $88 million for who sold them. See, I got some dealers, and they resell them. I make wholesale price.
It's kind of a franchise thing you've got going here? Well, that's fascinating. Are you making a living at this, Frank?
Well, kind of. It's kind of a messy living. I mean, it kind of...
You pay for your thrills.
To buy me a few black women, go fish a while, and I come back.
Well, it's fascinating, Frank. Are you going to stay out here for a while now?
No, I'm going to head back just about as soon as I can.
Kind of miss South Carolina, huh?
Yes.
What do we have there, Frank?
There's some droppings here. I didn't know you want to see the...
No, not really, Frank. I'll just peek in there.
Yeah, they're big ones and
that's
little
what they are.
ones.
Okay, it's kind of a gift assortment.
Yeah.
Well, Frank, you're a fascinating gentleman, and I thank you for coming out here. I hope you had a good time.
Thank you for asking me.
Give our best to everybody.
Mr. Bob Lowe, they've been real good to me.
Bob Dolce?
Yes, sir.
Miss Ramey?
They really been good to me. Yes, sir.
Well, I hope you have a good time.
Good. It's been a pleasure being out here and visiting.
It's been a pleasure having you here.
I sure do appreciate
Hope you have a good...
As I look out at you, I see not strangers, just friends I've never met. Ain't you well?